Hey, we can't say anything, okay?
Oh, maybe that
Yeah, well, yeah. He's got some great insight, let me tell you.
Give me that.
Congratulations, Coach. We have with us Illinois State head coach Kristen Gillespie, joined by Mary Crompton and Paige Robinson. Coach, just a quick statement about the game today, and then we'll open it up for some questions for anybody on the dais. And when we do, we'll just ask you to use the wireless mic to ask your question.
I love my team. You know, I could not be more proud of the effort that we gave today. Before I get into that, I got to give Murray State so much credit. If you look, I mean, they had peaks and valleys throughout their year. They're so much better than what their record states. I thought the way they played yesterday, I was hoping that they got most of their shots out, but it carried over today. So, I mean, we beat a really, really good team, well coached with great players. But the maturity of this team is something that I haven't had the luxury of coaching. It's just we're so senior driven. They don't get rattled. We go on runs. They go on runs. Every time out, they look at each other like, hey, we got this. You know, I think we started the fourth quarter. I think at one point we were 1 of 9, and we had great looks. And every time, hey, just keep getting stops. Keep doing things we can control. And I don't know. It's a player-led team, and I've said this before, and I could not be more proud to coach this group.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the coaches? Again, use the wireless. Start with Randy.
Kristen, 30 seconds left. Maya goes to the line. I believe she's the leading free throw shooter in Illinois State history. That would have been your pick? You got 2 other good ones right there, obviously, but Maya going to the line, how'd you feel about that?
I wasn't disappointed that she was the one that got fouled, but I do. We have great faith in all our players, but I mean, Maya, she she is really gifted foul shooter, especially in pressure. And I knew if the ball was in her hands, something positive was going to happen. And when she got the foul, I knew she was going to make them. And we just had to go. I just said, hey, we got to go get a stop. They called the timeout. They advanced, and we just, hey, one stop, we win this game. And Tashana came up with probably the best rebound we've had in about 4 years since Simone Goods got the offensive rebound at UNI a while ago, but that was big time.
Mary, with the way the first 3 quarters went, I think many other basketball players would have legitimately probably just wanted to give up there. What made you willing to still try and take those shots, and how were you able to take the shot with as high a pressure as it was and make that go?
Yeah, frustrating shooting for most of the game really, but every single one that came off felt good. So I really had confidence. Every single one of those I thought was going in, that went out. So I know my teammates have a lot of confidence in me. Every single timeout, even freshman Abby Alsma was like, you're making the next, all the ones that you shoot. And so just having all of their confidence in me really helps me have confidence in myself as well.
Just go here and there.
Hey, Coach. I was just wondering if you could talk about the contributions of Abby Alsma and Kate Bowman, especially in that first half.
They were outstanding. Abby is in a really tough spot because I think Abby is one of the best freshmen in our league. I have no issues with who got on the all-freshmen. That's not my point, but Abby Alsma happens to play behind these 2 young ladies, and that's a tough spot to be. But before we left, after Wednesday morning's practice, I told her, I said, we can't do this without you. And I think as a freshman, it's tough sometimes because you're trying to find your footing. You're trying to, where do I fit in? How do I, contribute? And she was a huge difference. And I just think Kate had the tall task of, guarding Young, which I know she had 26. She's a heck of a player, but, she just steadies us. We put her in the middle of the zone. I thought she did some really nice things. She was aggressive. She made the right reads. I thought those 2 were outstanding.
Tashona really makes a really physical effort and the rebounding game there. What does that bring to the team in terms of? Yeah,
T is she's our heart and soul. When T is, her energy is good, and our team just feeds off of it. But you're right, she does all the things that no one wants to do. She'll get on the floor, she'll go up the ladder and get that huge rebound. She's always good for a great block or a run out steal. Like those plays, you think about it, we win by 2, like her steal layup. That was so critical, but you need players like that, and it's just, that's what I think why this team is special, because we have people that have bought into the role that they need to, and we can't win without them.
Let's go to the back with Randy.
Paige, when the team does start 1 for 9 there in that fourth quarter, did you feel the team getting tight at all, or was that not a factor?
No, I think we've got a lot of confidence in each other. A lot of Mary's shots went in and out of those 9, and we all had confidence in her. We're like, Mary, you got to keep shooting. That's how we're going to win this game. So, yeah, they weren't going in, but I think we had all the confidence in the world. We knew we were going to win that game, so we just had to stay together, and that's what kind of brought us that win.
Up here in the front.
Coach, at times you guys have had some turnover issues, but that 14-8 assisted turnover number has to look pretty good to you.
Looks really good, especially I think we had 4 after the first quarter, and then only to have 4 after the last 3. And I know they played zone, but they tried to pressure us up top. And once again, it goes back to controlling what you can control, and that's our defense, that's our taking care of the ball, our rebounding. I thought we were outstanding on the offensive glass with 11. If we can continue to do those things, I like our chances.
I know against Evansville yesterday, they put on a full court press in that first half. Were you expecting them to open the game to put that pressure on you guys?
Yeah, they only did it 4 times against us in the first matchup, and then they played man on misses the first time. We saw strictly zone. So that's kind of tough to get in a flow, because I think we're a pretty good man-to-man, offensive team with the weapons we have. So we weren't shocked. We were prepared for it. I don't think that really hurt us. It was just, it's tough, because it slows you down a little bit and then it takes time off. But I thought we got into a good groove.
Back in the back end, Randy.
Paige being named Conference Player of the Year. The stat sheet would indicate the answer to this is no, but did you feel any pressure to justify that coming out in the first game?
I mean, it doesn't really mean anything anymore. We haven't won anything yet. I'm not too worried about my individual awards. I'm more worried about winning this tournament. So whatever I got to do that for this team, that's what I'm going to do. So.
You guys had a pretty decent run here last year. Any carryover? Did that help with the confidence today, shooting, knowing that you were able to make some shots in this gym?
Yeah, I mean, we're an extremely experienced team. We're returning so many players from last year, so I think the big thing is that we know what it takes each game, and we know that no team can be overlooked, especially in March and in this conference. So I think that we just have a lot of leadership because we're so experienced, and we can kind of set the tone for the newcomers.
Is it at all a different feeling? Last year you guys did it as an underdog. Was it different coming in here as the #1 seed this weekend?
For me, it's a similar feeling because we know that once this tournament starts, everyone's playing their best basketball. So whatever happened in the regular season doesn't mean much. As you could see with us last year, we were not the 1 seed. So I think that it's kind of a fresh start for every team, so we just know we have to bring it, and we've been getting every team's best effort all year since we were the 1 seed, so we're used to how that feels.
Coach, 17 second chance points, was that a focus for you heading into this one?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's something we talk about daily. These guys will tell you. But when we are intentional with our rebounding, that just gives us a different element because those are things you can control. You know, we were 3 of 11 in the fourth quarter, and I liked all our shots. When things aren't going your way, so to speak, what can you control? And that is something for us to have success tomorrow. No matter what team we play, and there's 2 outstanding teams about to battle, that has to be a key for us.
Paige, obviously that third quarter was a big difference in this game, and it seems like all season long you guys have been a third quarter team, just really making the edge there. Has that just been a focus for you guys, or just something that happens?
I think coming in today we had a little bit of nerves, but I think once we get that bad first half out of us, we've got some momentum going into the second half. So that might be why, but now that we got a game under our belts, we got to look to have a quicker start tomorrow and hopefully on Sunday too.
And along those lines, with the new format, like this is the first time, you know, like it's interesting of having the, you know, the buys, and I'm not complaining. I like that, but it's just, you know, they got a game out, you know, yesterday. They got to kind of get the nerves out, and I told the team, I said, it's going to be close. I would have preferred not as close throughout, but it was a heck of a game. But it was going to take us a little bit of time to get our legs, and we did, and now that's out of the way, and now we just have to come and compete for 40 tomorrow.
Anything else for the coach? Student athletes? Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Sorry about that. He's a man of his own.
It adds something. We are joined by Murray State head coach Rochelle Turner, and she's flagged by Hannah McKay and Caitlin Young. Coach, just an opening statement about the game. I'll get the questions for anybody on the dais.
Just really proud of my squad. What an amazing effort that they put forth. Wish we'd have hit the reset button about 3 or 4 weeks ago, because that seemed to change things. But just the effort. I think we were down 11 in the timeout, and I said 2 things are going to happen. They're going to blow us out of the gym. We're going to win this game. And the next thing I know, it's 4. But just the resiliency of our crew. We play about 8 players and they give their all. And they really bought in this week to how we want to play going forward. And again, just couldn't be more proud. But so much credit to Illinois State. What an amazing team. They've got so many weapons, and when you stop one, there's somebody else there. Coach Gillespie's an amazing coach, puts them in great positions to be successful. So we wish them luck going forward, but I'm really proud to be the coach of Murray State today.
Thank you, Coach. Questions from the media? Start here on the end.
You mentioned down by 11 at one point. What flipped in that fourth quarter to get you guys back in the game?
We got some stops, and that's what you got to do. And then we made some big shots. We also got to the foul line a few times during that stretch. And all season long, we've been a really good foul shooting team. But I think it was just the stops and the intensity picked up. And we did a really good job. We ran some of our sets and got some of the shots that we wanted. And our kids just never quit. And I think that that's just a credit to them and who they are, the character of this team.
Coach, you nearly had a fourth quarter comeback against ISU in normal last time out, and again, you nearly had another fourth quarter comeback. Is there anything that, is there any reason that happens in terms of, the way that you strategize heading into the fourth, any reset that you do, or is it just, dumb luck?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily anything that I do. It's just our kids, didn't have any quit in them this week. They just wanted to go out and make sure that we gave everything that we've had. There's actually a couple things I wish I could go back and change, maybe a different play call or maybe switching something defensively there late, but we were just so locked into what we were doing. I just felt like that our kids believed in what we were doing, so we stuck with it. But, they made big shots and big plays down the stretch, and that's what championship teams do.
Anything additional?
Hannah, you were just in general, you were just able to be a leader today, shot really well, and, what was your mindset heading into this game?
Coming into this game, I was just, Coach said that I just need to shoot the ball and have confidence, and I was just letting it fly and just keep shooting.
Coach, how good was Caitlin today?
Amazing. Just outstanding. Kate and I talk a lot. We spend a lot of time together, and she's one of the most humble, best players that I've ever known. She would have told you right now she'd take every one of those points, assists, rebounds, and throw them out if we could got the win. That's just who she is. Everybody on our team loves Caitlin because of that. She's a high-character kid, and when your best player cares about everybody else on their team, your team, and wants to make them better, then I just think that just exudes in your locker room, and that's our we over me mentality that we have at Murray State. But I didn't get a chance to say this yesterday, but I thought in yesterday's game was the true Caitlin Young. The assists, the passes, the throwing out of double teams. I don't think she ever got enough credit for all the things that she does besides score the ball. But there is no doubt, hands down, that Paige Robinson's the player of the year in this conference. I'm a big Paige fan. But if our team had played better throughout the year and more consistently, then I think maybe things could have been different for Kate. So I'm going to challenge her right here on this, whatever this is, podcast, interview, whatever. I'm not real smart. And I'm going to challenge her to be the player of the year next year. She can be. And I'm going to challenge Hannah to step up. I'd like to see more Murray State players on that all-conference board at that banquet next year. And I think we have the opportunity to do that. But these two exemplify student athletes, great young women, Christian leaders for our program. And I'm just really proud of them. But Kate the Great, that's what we call her, and she's a program changer for us. She's done a lot to help build the Murray State brand.
Caitlin, just fantastic work going out with a fight for both of these two games. What does it mean to you to be able to end that way?
I mean, kind of like Coach said, I wish it was different. We would have won, but our team fought really hard, and I'm proud of them. But, I mean, it's just a couple plays could have changed, and it could have went another way.
All right, ladies,
Okay,
thank
from
you. Oh,
you
one more.
down 11 at the end of the third quarter, what was your mindset going into the fourth? What were you guys thinking at that point in the game?
We just needed to get some stops and hit some big shots, honestly, and I think we did that.
Agreed. I think we just needed to come together. We all need to get on the same page that we're not going to let this be a blowout. We needed to come back, fight, and hopefully win.
Additional questions?
How important was it to get the ball down in the bench to Caitlin and establish that part of your game?
Well, it's where we have to start, because when she can establish her game, then she starts drawing double teams, which allow Hannah to get open. And when Hannah's shooting the ball well, there's nobody on the court, we'd rather shoot the basketball. It allows Macy to get into space and get things done, and our other players as well. I thought that Alexis came in and gave us really good minutes. They weren't guarding her at all. And I challenged her, and she came in and made some big shots for us and some big plays as well. But I think that you have to know where your bread's buttered, so to speak, and you got to go there. I wouldn't be a very good coach if I didn't try to get the ball to Caitlin. But getting the ball to Caitlin makes things happen for everybody. And these two make a great combination, because Hannah can spread the floor. She can make shots. She's one of the best passers into the high-low game that I've seen, and they can just make plays together. So for us, it's always going to start on the inside and work its way out.
Coach, you played enough, crazy basketball in that first half to consider, the same as the amount of energy it takes in 2 games. How did you come in the second half and still have a way to work the lineup and make sure that everyone still had fresh enough legs to finish out?
Well, the third quarter's kind of been our nemesis, and it was today as well. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out how to be a better third quarter coach. But honestly, I said a few things at halftime, made a few adjustments, and I walked out of the room and I said, I don't know what you guys need to do to get ready to play in the third quarter, but you guys got to figure it out. So the next thing I know, there's music going on, there's dancing. I don't even know what they were doing. I don't even want to know what they're doing, so don't ask them. But we had that energy at the beginning of the third quarter, and then they pulled away, but they found that energy in the fourth quarter. And I think it's just a tribute to how much they want to win and how much they want to prove people wrong. It's been a disappointing season in a lot of ways for us, and they'll tell you that. We went on stretches and lost games we shouldn't have lost. But I think the true character of this team showed this week, and I think this is going to be a building block for us moving forward, because we'll be back here and we'll be better for the adversity that we went through this year.
All right, that wraps it up. Coach, thank you. Student athletes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You're done.